before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step.
36. Ready.
Now Jameis on second down. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Man left.
A toss to Murray. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Double tight. Ready.
2nd down, Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Let's go now. Blue white.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
And someone must have been in this hot sun a little too long. They've got the punt team out there. And just to clarify, it is not 4th down. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
Big stop. Let's go. All right, here we go.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. And someone must have been in this hot sun a little too long. They've got the punt team out there, and just to clarify, it is not 4th down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And someone must have been in this hot sun a little too long. They've got the punt team out there, and just to clarify, it is not 4th down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Defense showing blitz.
All right, here we go. All right, now, look at 56.
They pitch it out to Anderson. And some room to work. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. C.J. Anderson, 29 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. This one taken just inside the 10. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right. Ready.
Off the play fake, Winston. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Fresh set of downs here.
Ready.
Now a give. This is Murray. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Tight end's right. Watch tight end's right. Ready.
On third down, Winston. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things up.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. And someone must have been in this hot sun a little too long. They've got the punt team out there. And just to clarify, it is not fourth down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. So the offense has it 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field.
Watch it now, Barney. Watch out, watch out. All right, here we go.
Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
All right, now, look at 56. All right, no. Touch him now, Barney.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hurry up.
On first down, Garoppolo into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
And, Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Ready.
Following the interception, Winston. And he whips that one incomplete there. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's 2nd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right. Ready. Blue way. 4 down. Alert.
On 2nd down, Winston again. And this one is incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football. And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there.
Hey, 4 down. Ready. Blue ready. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Time running out here on the play clock. Jameis to throw it. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it, and they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And someone must have been in this hot sun a little too long. They've got the punt team out there, and just to clarify, it is not fourth down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Watch tight end. Here we go now.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you have your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And someone must have been in this hot sun a little too long. They've got the punt team out there, and just to clarify, it is not fourth down.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Here we go now. Green 39. All right, now look at that. Hurry up. Here we go. Green 30. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 50. Black 99 Philly. Here we go. 90. Blue 90. Black 99 Philly. Here we go. Detroit. Detroit. Blue 90. Blue.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
Right there. All day, baby.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. And someone must have been in this hot sun a little too long. They've got the punt team out there, and just to clarify, it is not fourth down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Now the offense lining up first and 10.
Man left, man left.
And they're definitely showing blitz here.
Leopard. All right, here we go.
Following the penalty, Anderson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I know it's the first half, but it's still hard to curb the enthusiasm for that stop. 3rd and 1, and the offense can't get there. The defensive team has got to feel very good about themselves. Great job out leveraging the offense.
Double tight, guys, double tight. All right, here we go. Leopard! Leopard! Back down to that Philly. Here we go. Now let's go. Green, 30. Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Back down now. Philly. Here we go. 19.
Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him 6 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Double tight. Double tight. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They run it again with Anderson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They give it to Anderson. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jump. demo set. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on fourth down?
Here at the edge of the mic. Go get the edge of the mic. Come on, D.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And now again, the play clock's going to run out on him. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Single, ready, go.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Tight end left. Ready, go, 4 down.
From the gun, Winston. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
The Bucs on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
Garoppolo on first down. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Let's go.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down here at the 23. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. The Broncos on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Now let's go. Watch it now. Detroit now.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Handoff comes to Anderson. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Garoppolo now. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. And some room to roam now. That one goes for 36 yards.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And an encroachment penalty here will cost them 5 yards.
And it makes it so simple, doesn't it? An easy free 5 yards for the offense given to them by the defense.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Flush to his right. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. To throw is Garoppolo. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run Anderson. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Garoppolo hustling him back to the line now.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Demaryius Thomas as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going. It got his man complete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we will toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. That's where we check in with Larry Ridley with our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Mike Evans, he's going to go. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 67 yards. And the Bucs are going to take the lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A huge play there for Denver. 42 yards. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now Anderson. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it, because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. Down this close to the goal line. 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am. And you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation, because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit, because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And now another one thrown incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And McManus able to put it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. A decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. So out come the Bucs now. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
Wait. Ready? Blue 80, 550, 550.
They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Ready? Blue 80. Hey, we got 3 down. Easy. SOS. 550. SOS.
Oh, design run for their wideout. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. On third down, Winston. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That's taken on the 25. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
There we go. That's it, baby. That's it. Big hit. Single. All right, here we go.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Catch here, left side, Thomas. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Double tight. No.
Now a run with Anderson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge in the run game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use the speed to get there in the run game.
Forced out to his left, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. The Broncos on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Garoppolo working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Busting free at the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, 29 yards. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And this is incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Alert, alert. Ready.
On play action, Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Tight is on the Ringo. Tight is on the Ringo.
On first down, Murray. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Easy. Hey, shift, ready. Blue ready. Shift. Easy.
Now a second down throw for Winston. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target. And now it's second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Garoppolo to try again on second down. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Oh,
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Back now in Tampa. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Broncos on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Ready.
On 2nd down, Winston again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. O.J. Howard, 89 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead here in the 4th. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
So the Broncos coming out now. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And Sanders has got it complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
So 2nd and 10 here. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to do with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that. Yeah, there was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down.
Hey, boys, you got 4
And a first carry here for Charles Sims. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. The Bucs on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. 18 yards there and a first down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Jameis now on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Jameis to throw it. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. Ready, blue 80. 4 down, 4 down. Flip it, alert.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Here's Winston. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Ready, easy, easy, easy. Single, single. Wide, 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 get wide.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They start the drive with Anderson. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
We got 4. We got 4.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Double tight.
Shift together here from the D-line. Again, Anderson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Back to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 6 there on first. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Another tote here for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Anderson. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Right there. All day, baby. No. Check. Set.
Anderson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Hey. We got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. First down now, but the clock continues to move. He's back to throw. His throw incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Here we go.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Kick. Nice kick. Ready.
And the drive begins here with Sims. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 3 yards to go on second down.
2 times. Ready. 3 down. Sonic.
Again, they run with Sims. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That'll be their second, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. The Bucs on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Winston. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. When they need to play on third down, you kind of know what direction the ball's going, but the defense knew it too.
Yeah, it's a good call because they wanted to put 2 men on him, and they did. Dare him to throw into double coverage. Really what you're saying is, let's see if one of your other receivers can beat us.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. They have time here, partner, for just 1 final heave.
And I have to look at from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that, but also you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have 1 final play to hope for that miracle and get them in the end zone. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And, partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Bucs, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Denver, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.